Alright guys, Hazing here, welcome back to the channel for another Dislyte video. So in today's video we are going to be going over the new legendary character that is going to be coming to Dislyte. Now obviously this character is going to be added to the pool with a rate up. If you've paid attention, basically your first chance of pulling this unit is going to be at a higher rate, but then any duplicates are going to be at the same rate as any other legendary character, okay? Now he will have a higher rate than standard espers, however there is also going to be a couple of new espers added to his pool, and we talked about one already, we're going to talk about the rest of them as well. But those characters are 4-star shimmers. They are going to be pretty hard to pull. Are they going to be harder to pull than Ollie? I mean, based on my experience, I've actually had more legendary characters than I've had shimmer 4-stars. So I feel like, in a way, 4-star shimmer characters might actually be harder to pull than legends, but who knows, who knows. But for now, we're going to talk about Ollie's kit. We're going to see how good he's going to be, what kind of teams he'll potentially work on, and just basically if he's a character worth summoning for. I would say that off the bat, this banner is probably better than the banner that we've had, simply because you're at least going to have higher probability of pulling one character from it, and hopefully Ollie will be a character that will fit your needs. But let's go ahead and we'll talk about him anyway. So Ollie is a 5-star flow, which is good. At least he's not a shimmer. If he was a shimmer, that would be an absolute nightmare. He is a fighter esper with support abilities capable of preventing other allies from dying. So he's got the same sort of gimmick, but not as strong as a previous unit we spoke about, Nicole. So Ollie's first ability is called Hook Strike. It deals damage to an enemy with the chance of inflicting silence, okay? I'm not 100% sure what silence is, but I'm going to assume that it's going to stop them from using specific traits. I'm guessing maybe traits that have abilities on them, so things like defense debuff, poison, stuff like that. I'm guessing that if that lands, they won't be able to use them. I believe there's characters that already have silence, because I have taken part in content and it stops me from using certain skills. I think that's probably what silence is. The next one, when an allied esper takes a fatal hit, Ollie's passive ability, so his second one is a passive, Salvic Judgments, grants Salvic Judgments to prevent them from dying, as well as invincibility and recover, and it inflicts Law of Duat on the attacker. Now, the third skill he's got is that Law of Duat. Is it Duat? Is that how you pronounce it? What it does is it deals damage to an enemy with additional damage based on the target's max HP, inflicting defense down and taunt to them, okay? So that's pretty good. I mean, I like taunt, but like, has he got something on himself that actually really gives you a reason that you want to be taunted? Let's just see. Ascension deals damage to an enemy with additional damage based on the target's max HP, inflicts defense down and taunt to them while granting the caster invincibility. Right, okay, that makes a lot more sense now. So basically, if he does this and you've got him ascended, he'll make himself invincible, and obviously when he's granted taunt at that point, it's not going to do any damage. So essentially it wastes that character's turn. So that's pretty good. I think we like that one. Now, he is going to be available in the standard pool, or the new banner, as you want to call it. It doesn't say anything here about him not going into the general pool, so he should be available for all time going forward. Now, what kind of content is he going to be good for? I feel like he might actually be quite good for this new point war that we're going to do, this new club point war. Because if you are able to taunt the main DPS on that team, because remember it's only 3 versus 3 battles, so I'm guessing most people will probably run with either a support and 2 DPS, or literally just go for a controller, a DPS and a support. Depending on which one of those 3 characters are going to be the most problematic to you, you could use Ollie to taunt that character, and if he's going to be granted invincibility, it basically means that you're tying that character up, you're wasting their turns, and you're helping yourself to clear this battle. Now I'm going to assume as well that he's probably going to do quite high damage, which is pretty good. We like to see good damage dealing characters. I mean, looking at his stuff just now, I don't know if he's going to be a pure DPS character. It's kind of hard to tell. From looking at his attacks, he doesn't have any kind of AoE damage. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, Sander doesn't have any AoE damage, and he's clearly a DPS character, but he's more suited to boss type characters. Don't get me wrong, this guy could probably be very good for boss type characters as well, because if your taunt lands, which I think taunt's guaranteed to land, if you've done that and you've obviously taunted the character and you're invincible, you're going to tie up the boss, and it's the same thing. It's giving everyone else a chance to go an extra round or so and clear off that character and beat them basically. So I can see him being very good in bosses as well, but to me, looking at him, it looks as though maybe he'll work as a sub DPS, someone who's going to like help contribute to damage. He does very much seem like a support attack type character rather than being like, he's not a pure support. Obviously you can see that he's not pure DPS. You can obviously see that from his skills as well, but overall he seems like he's going to be a versatile character. He's a character that I'm definitely interested in seeing how they perform in game. And the thing is, with these patch notes, with seeing what a character does, you need to really see them in action before you know just how good they are, you know. There's certain characters in Dislyte so far that I've read what they do, and then I've tried them in battle and I'm like, nah, they don't really do what I wanted them to do. They don't really perform how I expected them to perform, and sometimes that can be a thing. So I think it's a bit disingenuous of me to say this guy's broken, this guy's amazing or anything like that until we actually see him in battle. What I will say is I do like the fact that he's got revive there. I do like the fact that he's got taunt and he's got invincibility. I do like it when they combine things like that, you know, because I have seen games before where characters will have a mechanic like they gain attack and defense every time they're hit. A character like that should have taunt, and then the game doesn't do that, and it's just like, why do that? Have a mechanic that actually works well with another mechanic and it makes the character better, you know. And Ollie seems to do that. I mean, he definitely does. The fact that he is going to give himself invincibility when he's taunted the character does mean you are going to be able to waste time with this guy. You're going to be able to waste the enemy's time, and to be honest, wasting the enemy's time is almost like stunning them when you think about it. So I think that is pretty damn good. I hope I do pull Ollie, because I would like to get the chance to test him out and play about with him and give people a more hands-on point of view. But looking at him on paper, I'd say that Ollie looks very strong. I think he looks like a very good character. I think he looks like a character that would slot onto a lot of team builds. Is he broken? I don't think so, but again, he could be, who knows. Again, we don't really know until we get hands-on with these units and start to play about with them. But for me, Ollie looks like a character that's definitely worth summoning. So if you're on the fence and you're thinking about it, I'd say yeah, Ollie does look like a character that is worth summoning for. Anyway guys, I'm Hazing, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next Dislyte video. Peace out dudes, and I will see you all later. Bye.